I can't believe it is really here. Thanksgiving Day. Can you smell the turkey cooking in the oven? The mashed potatoes cooking on the stove? The pies Mother made earlier? The feast we are about to receive is truly a bountiful one. I can't wait to sit down at the dinner table and dive right in. Not just one plate either. Not just two or three. This is a great day, Jingles.
Indeed it is, Lazar. I do hope you won't make a scene at the dinner table, though. The food is terrific, as you say. Nobody can bake a pie like your mother. But you must restrain yourself. I know all of these wonderful things will be in front of us, and they're exciting, not to mention tasty. But you must remember, this is a day about so much more than stuffing ourselves.
I know, Jingles. Friends like you, family like my aunts and uncles who are here as well. We all join together in eating a wonderful feast each November.
That's another part of Thanksgiving, Lazar, an important one. But there are so many other things that make this day special.
There are, Jingles? What other things?
For instance, yes, we have many wonderful things to eat. Also, we have company of friends and family. Just as important as who we dine with is how we dine. Remember the lessons you learned not long ago about hosting a dinner party? Well, those lessons are even more important today.
I remember those lessons well, Jingles, and will use all of them tonight. What more can I do than that?
Today is a day where there will be more than just your friends around. Family members you have not seen in a long time. People whom you want to put the best foot forward for. You must always allow the guests to serve themselves first, and to what helpings they find appropriate. We must also pace ourselves when we eat. I know the food is terrific, but we can't shove as much food into our faces as will possibly fit, then holler for more. If our guests choose to do that, we must let them, but as hosts, we must do all in our power to provide a setting appropriate to such an important holiday.
I never realized that before, Jingles. When it was just you, me, our friends dining, it was kind of informal. Tonight, with so many adults around, I really need to watch myself extra carefully, so as not to make any of them uncomfortable.
You're getting it, Lazar. Here, look towards the view screen. I have a film to show you. Where your lesson in giving dinner parties left off, this film picks up. After seeing this, I think you'll be ready to be a proper host for your Thanksgiving guests.
This is a story of a holiday and home. Helping make ready a celebration is part of the fun. Especially for one of the nicest days of the year, Thanksgiving. There is happiness in the air, and the smell of turkey. That does look good. Thanksgiving is a day for the best of everything. And friends invited to dinner. We remember the Pilgrims had only rough tables on which to serve the first Thanksgiving feast, yet it was shared with friendly Indians. It is good to share a holiday with friends. And it is good to have friends like to come to our home. Good manners make people happy, and good table manners make eating together a happy time. We are thankful for our home and our happy meal. We are glad we have good table manners and know what to do with a napkin. And how to use a spoon in eating soup easily without noise. It just wouldn't be Thanksgiving without turkey. We know Mother knows how to cook it. And Father knows how to carve it. It is fine to know how to sit up and watch it being carved. You would know this is a holiday plate. At the first Thanksgiving dinner, the Indians didn't eat turkey with a fork. But it is easy to learn to use one the right way, to take small mouthfuls. And how to butter and eat bread in small bites, so we never have to talk with food in our mouths. It is good to have learned to chew with lips closed and know when to take a drink. Good table manners keep our meals happy meals, and those who eat with us happy. Learning to use a knife the right way takes practice, yet each time we do, it becomes easier. What to do with a knife and fork, even when finished using them, is part of eating well. Holidays are days to be glad, and all good manners are ways to make people glad. We like to offer help, or to help when asked. It is nice to talk with others, and to know when to wait and listen. We are glad to eat neatly, without spots. Holidays are fun. And it is good to be part of a celebration. It is fine to have learned so much, and to have so much in our home to make holiday celebrations happy. Now, could you wish for more?
That family's meal was so dignified and proper, so pleasant. That's exactly how I want this day to be for my family, Jingles. I was ready to go down to that dining table and inhale all the food I could. Now, I know what a scene it would have caused if I were to do that. Each course, the salad, the meal, dessert, must be eaten slowly and with dignity. By doing this, I'll enjoy the meal more, and won't prove a distraction to those around me.
Yes, it will, Lazar. Then, after the day is over, everyone will have a pleasant memory to fall back on whenever life gets difficult. They'll be able to think back to this Thanksgiving Day and remember that it was one of the nicest they've ever had. There's few gifts you can give to another more precious than a good memory.
Jingles, you're so wise. I'm so thankful that you are my friend. If you weren't around, I have no idea how many times I'd make a fool of myself. Thank you for looking after me.
That's what friends are for, Lazar. But without realizing it, you just hit on something important, something that we've completely overlooked. Perhaps the most important thing about today.
What is that, Jingles?
It's a day for giving thanks. We've been so caught up in the turkey, the pies, the side dishes, and our family members that we've forgotten what this day is all about. Giving thanks for the ability to have not only such a wonderful meal today, but for all the meals we have each day of our lives.
Not only the food, Jingles, but our clothes, our homes, what money we have to buy things we need, the things we have to entertain ourselves, like books and movies and video games, all the things we have each day and may not really think about too much.
Yes, small things. The blankets we sleep under at night, the silverware we use when we eat, our electricity that powers our homes and allows us to read at night, stay warm in the winter, and power our stoves so we can make so many wonderful things to eat. Even if we don't realize it sometimes, there's so much all around us to be thankful for.
I never even considered those things you mentioned, Jingles. I use them every day, but never even thought to be thankful for the privilege of having them.
There are so many things we have in life, Lazar, that we seldom think about, but we couldn't do without. Here, while we wait for your mother to finish setting the table, let's watch this film about this day of thanks. Look towards the view screen, Lazar, and realize just how much you, I, and everyone else have to be thankful for.
I'm Bill Johnson. Around here, they just call me Dad. I've been trying to read, but I just can't seem to do it. I keep thinking about today, Thanksgiving Day. We Johnsons had a good Thanksgiving, the best we've ever had. And I can't help thinking that what made it better was a real feeling of thankfulness. And that's odd, too, when you consider the shape things were in when I got home from work yesterday. Kids, Dick and Tommy and Susan, were all home from school. And of course, Mother and the baby were there. As kids will, mine were living tomorrow right along with today, looking forward to Thanksgiving. And like most men, I'm glad it was Mother instead of me who had to break the news to them.
Tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Turkey and dressing and pie and cake.
And fruit salad and whipped cream and cranberries. Gee, I can hardly wait. Me too.
Well, you know, children, we've had a lot of expenses this month, and, well, your father and I thought that... Well, the truth of the matter is, there just won't be any turkey this year.
No turkey for Thanksgiving?
Oh, I'm going to make a pumpkin pie, and we'll have plenty to eat, but, well, we'll just have to get along without turkey.
Mom, you don't mean it. It won't be Thanksgiving at all.
Even the Pilgrims had a feast. After all, isn't that what Thanksgiving's for? I don't think it's fair.
And it was right there that I came in, right in the thick of it. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Pop.
Hello, Mother, Dick, Susan. Well, what's been going on around here? What's the matter with everybody, anyway?
Mom says we're not going to have any Thanksgiving. No turkey, no good thing.
A fat lot we're going to have to be thankful for.
Oh, I don't think you kids really mean that.
We do, too. We've always had turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yes, and everybody else in the block's going to have it this year. Same as always.
Yes, we've always had turkey, just as a lot of Americans have had it, and we'll keep on having it. Turkey on Thanksgiving's a great American tradition. But what you kids are saying makes it sound as if the turkey's the only thing we had to be thankful for.
Well, gee whiz, no, Dad. It's not that at all.
Oh, I know, Dick. With turkey, it's easy to lose sight of what Thanksgiving really means.
And don't think we're just making excuses because we don't have any turkey this year. Well, we know it'll mean a lot more to us the next time we do have it.
Well, sure. Suppose we don't have a bang-up feast. We're still a lot better off than the Pilgrims.
That's it, Dick. Do you other kids see what Dick's trying to say? Turkey or no turkey, we've still got all the freedoms and privileges the Pilgrims gave us. And out of those privileges have come a lot of things. Things the Pilgrims never even dreamed of.
Why, we could make a list a mile long. wrong. Why don't we do it?
Now, hold on a minute. You've got the idea, but it isn't something you can write down like a grocery list. You've got to feel it down deep before you can really be thankful for anything. I tell you what let's do. Let's take a little more time to think this over. When you get right down to it, there are some pretty tough decisions in making up your mind what means the most to you. Your life? Sure, that's one thing you can't get along without. But do you know that there are some places in the world today where you have to get along without just about everything else?
Golly, Daddy.
I guess I kind of got carried away. But I'll bet you one thing. If we really think over what we have to be thankful for, when we sit down to whatever Mother fixes to eat tomorrow, we'll be one family in America that will really have a Thanksgiving dinner. Well, that's how it got started. The Johnsons didn't have any turkey. And the kids, no, I mean everybody, likes to make something special out of a special day. So we fell back on something as old as the Pilgrims, toting up the common, ordinary blessings that we had to be thankful for. That night, I'd see Dick there building his model airplane, and Susan just playing. Only they weren't just playing. They were mulling things over, thinking big thoughts for such young heads. And as for Mother and Tom and baby Janet, and yes, me too, it was as if we had our eyes open for the first time. Things there were to appreciate in just any ordinary day in America. When we took our places around the table and we were ready. And then, well, we all knew it. There are some things you just can't say. But everybody in his own way knew what he had to be thankful for, and that this was the time to think about it. Tom was first.
I am thankful for getting plenty to eat all the time, with extras that count, like cookies and milk after school. Like Mom says, I'm hungry all the time anyway, and if I didn't live in a country where there was plenty to go around, golly. And I'm thankful for the free public library, where I can get books about adventure. Jack London, Richard Halliburton. Gee, the way they tell a story is as good as being there yourself. And it's free, with only a library card.
Yes, Tommy thought about some of the things he ought to be glad for all the time. And somehow turkey and trimming seemed to matter a whole lot less than he thought they did yesterday. Well, then it was Susan's turn. Susan's a happy-go-lucky kid. You'd never credit her with thinking beyond her dolls, but she got right into the spirit of it.
I am thankful we have what we need to wear. Though Mother says it's hard to keep up with us, we grow so fast. I never thought before how many clothes it takes for all kinds of weather, or how it would be to have to do without the right ones. I'm glad to be able to go to Sunday school, or go to any church I want, any Sunday. I'm thankful for my mother and daddy, that they are here with us, that both of them aren't too worried about things to take time to have fun with us. I'm glad we're a family, that families are still important in America.
I guess Dick, being the oldest, was having some pretty serious thoughts.
I am thankful for being able to get an education, for living where schools, all schools, open their doors to a guy who wants to learn, where school books are studied instead of burned, where a guy is rated by how much he knows, and the community is rated by how well it teaches him. I'm glad I've got a chance to play, batting a ball around once in a while. Stuff like that. I'm glad it's fun, growing up in America.
Sure, baby Janet's too young to understand the big word Thanksgiving. She's too little even to tell us the things that make her happy. But we can tell. And maybe she's thinking about them now. Maybe she's thinking about the fun of splashing around in the tub and about how good it feels to be clean. About playtime with Mother and the security she feels in Mother's arms. And as for Mother, seems she's always working, cooking, ironing, tending children, daylight to dark. What does she have to be thankful for?
I am thankful that my children had the privilege of being born safely and of growing up healthy and strong I'm thankful that I have the privilege of guiding them as they become useful men and women. And I'm thankful for all the things our American system makes possible for the Smiths and the Browns and the Johnsons. For washing machines, hot water out of a tap, and a telephone to call the doctor when one of the family is sick. A car to get Dad to work. Yes, I'm thankful for all the things free people working together can produce. I'm thankful that when my neighbor drops in to borrow a cup of flour, we've got the right to talk about anything we want to. The parent-teacher project, the new mayor, or Jane Jones' hat. And last of all, I'm truly thankful for the peace of mind that Dad's job brings, for knowing that even though there are lots of luxuries we can't afford, there still will always be enough to go around for the things we have to have. I'm glad Dad doesn't work slave hours, that there are evenings and Sundays and vacations when we can all be together.
That's Mother for you, grateful for what America means to her family. And now for me. I've got so many things to be thankful for. I'm thankful for this house. It may need a coat of paint, it has a mortgage, but it's ours, a place where we can be together in privacy. And I'm thankful for the thing that makes this house our home, the happiness here, not just today or on Christmas morning, but on a day-to-day basis all through the year. For knowing that a knock on our door means nothing to fear. A friend calling, or maybe a bill collector, or a kid selling magazines. You never know what to expect. But you can count on one thing. It's not going to be some political gangster coming to drag one of us off to jail because we believe in freedom. And I'm glad that that freedom we've got lets me choose the kind of work I like and can do best. Taking a sluggish motor and making it hum again. Makes me feel that somebody got to his work or wherever he had to go just because of me. And feeling like that gives me a lot of satisfaction. And I'm thankful for my newspaper. Just a few cents worth of printer's ink and paper, but more valuable than any amount of money. Because in it, the editor's got the privilege of printing what he thinks. And I've got the privilege of agreeing with him or not, however the facts strike me. And both of us, the editor and I, have the right to act on our opinions on Election Day, to vote for the principles we believe in. And finally, I'm thankful for being able to believe, in spite of everything, that somehow, someway, the unity we've got here in the Johnson family will someday spread to men and nations throughout the world. For all these things, we are truly and humbly thankful. Amen.
Freedom. Wow, Jingles. That was something that never crossed my mind before. We live in a land where we are allowed to be free, to say what we want, to do what we want, to live how we feel we should live. We have freedom to be thankful for, Jingles. That one thing makes it possible for us to have other things to be thankful for. Those things result in even more things to be thankful for. Without freedom, we couldn't talk as we want, read what we want, have the friends that we want. It's such a precious gift. I'm truly thankful for it, Jingles. Thank you for making me realize the real importance of this day. It's not just about food, family, and friends. It's about reflecting on all we have.
Indeed it is. I think when your mother asks you what you're thankful for this year, you're going to really surprise her with your answer. It's a very adult realization to know what to really be thankful for. You are going to impress her and everyone else with what you have to say.
And I'll end my statement with this. Most of all, I'm thankful for my friend Jingles. Without him, I never would have realized just how wonderful my life really is.
Thank you, Lazar. And I'll say that I'm thankful for your friendship. No matter what happens, you're always there for me as well. The two of us could never achieve alone what we achieved together. This year, our friendship is what I'm most thankful for. Is that your mother calling us?
Yes, it's time for dinner. Let's get downstairs, Jingles, and enjoy our Thanksgiving dinner. Much more, let's enjoy the fact that we have such a marvelous feast before us. This has been a day I am truly thankful for.